talk about, you know, the meaning of Easter and this and that, and then I found something really cool as I was researching this a little bit. How many of you know where the mythology came from of resurrection and all of that? It didn't start at Jesus. Did you know that? So I'm going to read you a little something. Huh? Yeah, there you go. Well, I found something that's called Ancient Origins, and I thought you'd really enjoy this. I thought I liked it. But anyway, Easter is a celebration of the goddess of spring. Okay, Astara marks the day when the light is equal to darkness and will continue to grow. As the bringer of light before a long, dark winter, the goddess is often depicted with the hare, the bunny, an animal that represents the arrival of spring as well as the fertility of the season. So that's interesting. So the origins, let me find this. Okay. It was, okay, the most widely practiced, okay, the Easter bunny, the egg, blah, blah, blah. So I gotta find this one little story. Maybe it's in the very beginning.
Those Romans are really good at pulling in the old pagan stuff.
Oh, my, well, that's what it's about. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, most historians, including biblical scholars, agree that Easter was originally a pagan festival. We know that, right? Yeah. According to the Unger's Bible, the word Easter is of Saxon origin. Astara, the goddess of spring, in whose honor sacrifices were offered about Passover time each year by the 8th century Anglo-Saxons, had adopted the name to designate the celebration of Christ's resurrection. However, even among those who maintain that Easter has pagan roots, there is some disagreement over which pagan tradition the festival emerged from. And this is where I thought it was fascinating. It's different than anything I've read before. Here we will explore some of those perspectives. One theory has been put forward that the Easter story of crucifixion and resurrection is symbolic of rebirth and renewal and retells the cycle of the seasons, the death and the return of the sun. And we know that, we've heard that. According to some scholars, the Easter story comes from the Sumerian legend of Dumanzi or Tumaz and his wife Ishtar, an epic myth called the Descent of Inanna, found inscribed on clay tablets dating back to 2100 BC. When Tumaz dies, Ishtar is grief-stricken and follows him to the underworld. In the underworld, she enters through 7 gates, and her worldly attire is removed. Naked and bowed low, she is judged, killed, and then hung on display. I know, this is the real blah. In her absence, the earth loses, you know the story, its fertility, crops cease to grow, and the animals stop reproducing. Unless something is done, all the earth will end. After Inanna has been missing for 3 days, her assistant goes to the other gods for help. Finally, one of them, Enki, creates 2 creatures who carry the plant of life and water of life down to the underworld, sprinkling them on Inanna and Dumanzi, resurrecting them and giving them the power to return to the earth as the light of the sun for 6 months. After the 6 months are up, Tumaz returns to the underworld of the dead, remaining there for another 6 months, and Ishtar pursues him, prompting the water god to rescue them both. Thus were the cycles of winter, death, and spring life. Is that cool? So on that note, we are going to, and I wanted us to do a ritual today because, you know, we kind of get a little bit, complacent maybe about our lives. And today's really a day to celebrate us and to celebrate how we can renew and we can do something for ourselves and create a whole new way of being. So how would you like to do that? Yeah. Okay, so I was in Portugal recently and I did get blessed water from Fatima, and they've got an area where she appeared. It's all cement now, okay? It's not on a hilltop. I was so disappointed. I was all ready to go onto the hilltop with the grassy slope, you know, where the shepherds found them, and it's not like that, because she had said, please build a chapel for me, and the Catholic Church has done that. But around the area where she was seen, where her apparition was seen, there's spigots of water And so my beloved Art had to hold the water down while I was getting this holy water to bring back to y'all. So it was good. Anyway, so that's what you're going to be drinking today. So we are going to be resurrecting ourselves into a new way of being. Is there anything you want to let go of in your life? Because what we teach here at Science of Mind is that we have the ability to shift and change whatever we want to change. Whether it's our health, whether it's a relationship, an emotional problem, it doesn't matter. So we're going to create that. I said to George and EJ, you're going to be brand new baby men when you walk out of here. And they laughed because they had already declared that. I'm like, cool. So it's great. Now, are y'all ready to be brand new, made anew? Okay, you're going to spring into this new, beautiful springtime. And I don't know about you, but I started yesterday. It was like the energy was great, and I started cleaning out my house. Are y'all doing that now? Because when we do that, it shifts the whole energy, and it allows the divine to come more present into our lives, and we release that. So I say, you know, God will be able to anoint us and bless us even more when we clear this out, and the cobwebs out of our mind, yes? And that's really what it's about. So that's station number one, and you're not going to be crucified, okay? So that's number one. And then this one over here, I don't know if you're aware, but rose, anybody allergic to rose scent? It's just rose water. Okay, good. If you have any problems, just say, don't put it on me. But what we're going to do is bless you with some rose water, because rose is also for the heart. It's also to expand and to bless you. So that's why they used rose oil, rose water, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to, after you drink the holy water from Fatima, and then we're going to bless you with the rose water. So it's a double, yeah, you could, Denise would be happy to do that for you, and it's great. And the reason I have a little picture of Sathya Sai Baba. Anybody know who he is besides me? Okay, good. Good, I'm glad. Anyway, so he was in incarnation avatar in India. And what a lot of the avatars and gurus do, they create education, they create hospitals, clean water, and he was in India. And one of his devotees was Goldie Hawn. And she even went over there, you know, to be with Sathya Sai Baba. And he was probably one of the, I consider him to be one of my teachers, because in the dream time he would come to me and I would be blessed by his teachings and his healings. And for the first time in a long time, he came last night. And he said, don't you bring that big picture of me, you bring the little one. I'm like, okay, I guess you want the divine feminine to have the full sway today. So that's what I did. It was weird, because I saw the big picture like curling up. I'm like, what? And so I go, okay, I'll bring the small one. And so I did. But if you don't know who he is, there's some beautiful stories. I had my daughter's first husband. He was on a trip, and he was driving in Northern California, I think going up to Carmel. And it was interesting, but he would make fun of me and all my spiritual stuff, but yet he took that picture of Sai Baba and put it on his car, okay? So he had Baba on his car. And then I remember he says, well, you know, I was driving up and there was this horrible accident. And he said, I know that energy from that picture of my car helped save this lady who had gone over the cliff. He went down and got her out of her car. Wow. Okay, I'm getting chills right now, because he said he felt this energy he didn't know. He pulled aside and he saw the car down there, and that's when he went and found her and got her. Is that incredible? Wow. The other story, and I want you to get in touch with the mystical, because the mystical is so present in our lives, we just have forgotten about it. During the time of remember the hijackings of the planes, okay? So one of the devotees, we call ourselves a devotee when we're very present and we believe in their teachings, and really Sathya Sai Baba teaches science of mind, and so does Sadhguru and so many of the Eastern teachers. And there was one of the devotees in a plane, and they were going to hijack this airplane. And so as this man is getting his gun out and trying to get everybody to, direct the plane where he wanted, this person just started praying. And this is the power of prayer, whether you believe in God, Sai Baba, the Lady of the Rosary, it doesn't matter. Because it's all our faith, and it's all that will create what we need in our lives. So they prayed, and I think about this a lot, because I thought, wow, if anything ever happens in a plane, I know I'm solid, because I'm just going to pray. So anyway, they prayed, and the person became confused, and they were able to take the gun away. True story. And they stopped the hijacking from happening. Okay? This is some of the things that I know in my life. There's a story from Carolyn Mays, and she was driving by, and I don't know how they met up later, but she was driving by and there was an accident. She just started praying. She said, beloved, my angels, come unto your angels. And so as she did that, she saw the angels going down and blessing these people that was in the accident, this woman. What was interesting later is that this woman ended up going to one of Carolyn Mace's workshops. They didn't know each other, but all she said was telling her story about how she knows that somebody was praying for her as they were driving by, and Carolyn Mace just went, oh. And she wasn't sure if it was her, but she remembered, and it was around the same time period. So all I'm saying is that when we have this ability to pray, we have this ability, and if you don't want to call it prayer, I don't care, call it affirmations. It doesn't matter. When we set that intention, that pure intention, we allow that energy to come back to us and bless us and grace us with everything that we need. Okay? So today we are going to have that deep faith that when we're drinking that water, oh my God, miracles are happening. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then as we are blessed with the rose water, we know our hearts are being opened so that we have a greater connection and oneness with Spirit. Because that is what ritual is all about. I've done rituals since I was in my 20s. And I started out doing it with the Native American traditions. And then I did goddess stuff, and I've done everything. And so it's really, I wanted to bring that forth because we have lost that ability in our society to do ritual. And why we do it so much here is because it shifts our lives, and it's so potent. And I feel it. I've even gone and given sacrifice to the ocean goddess, not people. We give her honey and rice, and I would go, I don't think maybe I've told this story, but I remember we were out at the ocean. This is Santa Monica, okay? I was down with White Eagle, and White Eagle says, now you girls, you gotta sit down and let Imaya bless you. And that water's cold, okay? So we're throwing the rice and the honey and whatever cornmeal, that's a big thing in Native American. And not tobacco, not in the ocean, she didn't want that. It was other stuff. And so my girlfriend's sitting next to me on the front. You gotta get your whole body cleansed, she's saying. So she's sitting here and I'm sitting here. And she says, well, I know that I'm fine. I don't need to have any change or any healing. I'm going, really? I go, oh, I bet. And then as soon as I said that, the wave hit me and didn't touch her. Okay? I shut my mouth because I would have been rolled out to sea. I've never seen such amazing energy in my life. And I'm going to tell you, there are things out there in the world that we don't know about. And they're all around us. And they're on the other realms. But what I'm here to tell you is that when we believe and when we access it, we can have it come to us in our dream time. We can have it come to us during the day. One of my totems is a crow, and I'll say, I really want to know about this particular thing. Should I do it or not? And then a crow will fly across above the pool where I'm swimming or where I'm driving in my car, and I'm like, Really? Okay, how about give me a confirmation on that one? And another one goes across. And I go, just for chuckles, let's do it again. And a third one will go across. Because if we are that tapped into spirit and that one with God, then that's going to change us in our lives. And it becomes more joyful, yes? You want to have more joy? Want to have more connection and oneness? That's what we're about to do today. So let's see, should we drum after or before? What do you think? After?
No, let's drum before, because then we'll be thirsty.
All right. Okay, so if you don't want to drum, you could just sit and get the vibration. We've got shakers in the back. We've got some other drums you can borrow. You can take shakers, rattles. So what we're going to do, we're going to call in the spring. We're going to call in the spring. How about that? You want to do it? And we're going to call in the renewal. And we're going to bring, oh, look at that drum. That is one heck of a drum. That's fabulous. Okay, so everybody ready? Okay, we're going to shake. We're going to have some fun. You want a little shaker? Yeah, so let's grab one. Denise, bring it up.
Let's see what we got in here.
And we're even going to get George and EJ involved, yeah? Okay. All right, we ready? All right, are you ready to renew your life? Are you ready to call in the spring? It's already here, so let's just acknowledge it. And the last thing that we're going to do before I forget, while you're drumming, allow whatever it is that you desire in your life to manifest and come up. So there's going to be a thought or something come through. What do you want? Is there going to be some kind of message? Are you just claiming to feel great? Whatever it is, while you drum, hold the intention of what you want to claim as you renew, yes? All right, so, are we ready? Okay. And, oh, she's got it. You got your, okay, let's go. I know, she's got her hips going. All right, so, let's go. Think about how you want to be this spring. Oh my. You feel the love? Wow. Wow.
Anybody else feel the energy?
I do. I know. Okay, so when you come up to get your water, stagger straight, okay? Because we just had a lot of energy come through. And remember I told you that eggs were given to each other as a gift of renewal. So as you come up, Denise you're going to first, actually there's 3 stations.
Yes, there is.
So you're going to have a sip of water, take the water with you. I will be giving you an egg in honor from the center to you in renewal. And Denise will be blessing you with the rose water. Woo! Cool, huh? I know, do you love this?
Yeah.
And it all just came through today. I like it.
Blossom. Blossom.
And blossom. Okay, so if you can stand, come on up. Come on up. Oh my, those are kind of heavy. You could do really light drumming, sure. That would be great. Thank you, Stephanie.
We're so happy you're here.
Don't forget your egg, ladies. And your
And
blessing.
there's a blessing for you. And there's a blessing for you. Thank you. Oh, and the rose water, ladies. And here's a blessing. Oh, some more. You need the pink. That's great. How are you? There you go. Oh, it'll matches your outfit. You have one that'll match you. Yay. I like it.
Get rose water?
Oh, gotta get, she'll come. It's kind of matches George. We're gonna give you a clear one. I like it. He's clear. I like it. Rose water. I like, right? You're clear? Okay, good. I know. Oh, wait. You want this one? Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry, honey. So you could have both. I guess you could have both. No? Oh. Yeah. Oh, yes, it really has good stuff in it. Okay, that's good. Hi, good morning. There you go. We have plenty of eggies. Plenty of eggs. A big one. And then, here, Bob. A blue one for boys. I like it.
It's Rosie.
And you know that you saw these yesterday. I know, we like it. Oh, you get one back. I like it. I know, right? I know. If anybody wants a second egg, we have plenty. Oh, thank you. Anybody else want a second egg? Yes, right? I know, right? We've got tons. You could have 3 if you want. Okay, so, and you can get, seriously, here, take some more. And you want some more? Anybody want more? Give them out to people? Absolutely, we're gonna do it. Oh no, we got, are you kidding? Honey, take as many as you want. You take a green, Roxy. Want another one? Okay, anybody else? More eggies? Yeah? Come on, take some. Give some to some friends today. Yeah? Okay, just take 2 or 3. It's good. Give some to your cousins, your nieces, your girlfriend, whatever. Okay? I love it. I know, right? Okay, and if you want more, they are up here.
I am in the presence of pure being.
The love of God is blessing me.
Okay, so let's go around the room and read your affirmation very quickly. Anybody want to read your affirmation in the egg?
Supported by
And we're gonna say them. So what was it say?
Supported by Spirit, I begin anew.
Oh,
Woohoo!
supported by Spirit, I begin anew.
The
Yes.
love of God.
Spirit, I begin anew.
Okay, so let's say that together. Supported by Spirit, I begin anew. We're gonna do like 3 or 4 more.
The love of God is blessing me with peace, wholeness, and understanding.
Wow, the love of God is blessing me with peace, love, and understanding.
I am one in spirit with all people.
I am one in spirit with all people. Anybody else have a couple more? Yes, Bob in the back.
I align with the divine mind and live in harmony with the divine word.
Okay, say it again.
I align with
Divine mind.
and live in harmony with divine word.
Order. Oh, beautiful. Okay, go ahead.
This day is a new beginning for me, and I embrace it with enthusiasm.
Oh, say it again, Denise.
All right.
This day is a new beginning for me, and I embrace it with
And I
enthusiasm.
embrace it with enthusiasm. Yes.
I nourish my soul in prayer.
I nourish my soul in prayer. Anybody else have a different one? Yes, go ahead, Pam.
I behold each person and each experiences through the eyes of love.
I behold
Each person and each experience
through the
eyes of love.
Oh, that's a good one.
I
Yes.
am one with God and blessed with perfect peace.
I am one with God and blessed with perfect peace.
Miracles are on their way this very day. I rejoice in the truth.
Miracles are on their way this very day.
I rejoice in the truth. Okay, and anybody else, and we'll close out. We're good?
Anybody want to trade
Hank?
it? Left it here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna take one. Hang on, I want to see what this one is. All right. Oh, you can have the Snickers here, or a mini. All right, so we're gonna close with this one. Oh, wow, this is perfect. I am rich in the wonders of the earth.
I am rich
in the wonders of the earth. Anybody else? And we are closing out, so thank you for playing, everybody. Blessings, have a beautiful, beautiful Easter, renewal, Passover, whatever you celebrate, it's all good. And we just, from our heart to your heart, thank you so much for being here today.
And with that, we have a